Thank you guys so much for having us. Like Justin said, my name is Cody. I am 27 years old, about to be 28 in a couple of weeks. And when I came into Teen Challenge, I was like many of the other people that came in here. I was broken, I was lost, I was stuck in a vicious cycle of addiction to heroin. And I struggled with addiction since I was 16 years old. And I grew up in a great home, loving parents, a little brother, and had everything going in what seemed to be a good direction. And then in high school, like you said, I was looking for that group to fit into, and the people that I decided to choose to spend my time with ended up going towards that partying lifestyle, partying scene, and I found myself right in the middle of it and went to treatment at a young age. Thought that secular treatment was going to be the cure for what I thought I had as the disease of addiction. And I found that through many treatments that the secular view and cure for addiction wasn't going to help me out. And through a buddy in high school, he after a couple of times, he came to me when I was in treatment and talked to me about Jesus. I grew up in a Christian home, not really attending church, just kind of, I guess, had the views of Christian, but I wasn't actively participating, going to church or anything like that. And he talked to me about a program similar to Teen Challenge, a little bit different, not quite as extensive, not quite as long, and it as well didn't work well for me. There was a lot of distractions. I was still in Seattle, which is where I'm from, and that was not a good spot for me. I needed to get completely away from all my familiar places, familiar people, any access to money. Women were a huge distraction for me, and all those things were part of their program. And so my cousin completed Teen Challenge back in October. He talked to my family about coming here, and when I came into Teen Challenge, my parents were about fed up with me. I'm surprised that my parents didn't just throw my stuff on the side of the sidewalk and just take off, I robbed, I stole from my family, from everybody around me to support my addiction, and I didn't believe that there was any hope for restoration with my family when I came into Teen Challenge. And shortly after I got to Teen Challenge, I realized that I didn't have everything figured out, that my way wasn't the best way, that I had a problem with being obedient to my leaders, that I wasn't submissive, that I thought I knew everything. I still struggle with these things today, but I have gotten a lot better. I believe in those things. God has kind of just quieted my heart and my mind and allowed me to really just realize that I don't have everything figured out. And all my brothers in the house, they keep me very accountable with that, letting me know that, hey, you don't know everything. It's not all about you. Right now, we are, because of the amount of guys we have in the house, we're kind of in a season of stretching, Justin has called it. And I never really looked at it like that. I just thought, man, this sucks. It's my Wednesday night. I want to go home and go to bed because I worked all day, and I'm going to work all day tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But I'm starting to see, as Justin said, that through these times of stretching, it's preparation for something ahead that I don't know about, and something that God has in store for me that I, like I said, do not know about. And so I just need to trust God that He is going to take us through this season and open the doors for some crazy things and amazing things in my life. And like that song said, that our chains are broken and we are set free. That is so true. I wake up every day and I'm not dope sick. I'm not struggling to figure out how I'm going to get my next fix. I'm not wondering who I'm waking up next to. I'm not looking for my dope. How much dope do I have left? Do I have any left? What am I going to have to do to get my next fix? Today I get to wake up in a warm bed. I have food in the cabinet. I wake up to all my brothers, a pot of coffee, morning devotion, a hot shower, things that we as Americans and as myself, I grew up in a well-financed home. I had everything I could ever ask for. And like you guys were talking about earlier, the things that we take for granted and feel like we're entitled to are things that we need to be thankful for, that we are blessed to have. So I just want to thank you guys so much for having us and for pouring into our ministry. I know that you guys were a main reason of why we were able to go to Spiritual Emphasis last September, and we all had a blast. The guys that were there, there's a couple of us left, and we thank you so much for your support and your prayers and your belief in us and our program. Thank you.